Hey guys, it's Myra, and I'm here to teach you about phrases. Okay, to start off, we have the definition. A group of words that does not contain a subject and its predicate, and that acts as a single part of speech. Okay, so think of a phrase as a flight of birds, one thing made up of some things. It isn't a complete idea because it's a group of words that does not have a subject or predicate. So that makes it a single part of speech. We might use a simple adjective or prepositional phrase instead, or maybe a participle phrase. This gives us a way to make the adjective idea more elaborate or more developed. Okay, so you may wonder what's the difference between a phrase and a clause. Well, they're both a group of words, but a clause contains a subject and a predicate, and a phrase doesn't. Okay, to start off with, we have a prepositional phrase. It's a group of words beginning with a preposition and acting as a modifier. It begins with a preposition and concludes with the object of the preposition. Prepositions show the relationship between its object and another word in the sentence. Prepositional phrases behave as modifiers. Okay, so some examples of prepositional phrases are, my friend lives across the street, we have so much fun in this classroom, are you near the phone, one of my friends is calling, all of my sisters are taller than I, and we're almost to the end of the quiz. Okay, so now we have a positive phrase, which is an interrupting definition. For a good writer, it offers an intelligent way to insert information. Sometimes we can view positives as nouns because they repeat the noun. But they can also be viewed as adjectives because they seem to modify or complete a noun. But they are still diagrammed as if they were nouns. And a positive can be one word or it can be a whole entire phrase. We enclose the positives with commas, unless they are short and clear by themselves. We always enclose the positive states in a positive years, in commas. Okay, so some examples of positive phrases are, Gabby Douglas, an Olympic gymnast, did a back tuck. An Olympic gymnast would be the positive phrase. One Direction, a famous band, came out with a new album. In this sentence, it would be a famous band. And so in the next sentence, like it said in the slide before, always enclose the positive states in a positive years in commas, as you can see right here. So, June 20th, 2012 was when I was going to Texas. So, as you can see, 2012 is enclosed in commas, so that would be the positive phrase. Okay, so now on to verbal. It is a verb form used as a different part of speech. A verbal is not a verb, and there are different kinds of verbals. There is a gerund, there is participles, and indefinites. A gerund is nouns made of verbs. Participles are adjectives made of verbs. And indefinites are nouns or modifiers made of verbs. It can be one word or it can join other words to become a phrase. Okay, so now we have gerund. It is an ing verb form used as a noun. A gerund is a noun made out of an ing verb or an ing verb made out of a noun. There are two ways of saying the same thing. All kinds of subjects and objects may be made out of gerunds or gerund phrases. It may be by itself or joined by a gerund phrase. For example, expanding the empire was Alexander's dream. And in this sentence, the phrase is expanding the empire. Okay, so now we have participle. It is in any verb form used as an adjective. A participle is an adjective made out of any verb form. Note that gerunds always end with an ing, but participles can end in an ing, ed, or en, or any verb form. Participles always act as adjectives to modify nouns or pronouns. A participle might be by itself, or it might join others to make a participle phrase. Okay, so now we have some examples of participles and participle phrases. Okay, the rotting fence badly needed repair. Rotting is the participle. She stared through the broken siding. Broken is the participle. Even the cracked mirror seemed cheerful. And cracked is the participle. Now we have participle phrases. Approaching the camp, John moved quietly. Approaching the camp is the participle phrase. Below, he saw the mob waiting patiently. Waiting patiently is the participle phrase. Malcolm, climbing rapidly, ascended the cliff. Climbing rapidly is the participle phrase in that sentence. Okay, so now we have infinitive. It is a noun or modifier made from the to form of the verb. The general to form of the verb is made into a noun, adjective, or an adverb. For example, to think, to dream, to snorkel, to read. Sometimes to is implied. That's called a bare infinitive. The infinitive is named for the fact that it is not limited in tense or time. Because the infinitive is not limited to a tense, it's never used as a true predicate. Okay, so our word is to read. And we have the infinitive as a noun, an adjective, and an adverb. As a noun, it is, to read is always a pleasure. As an adjective, it is the book to read is Moby Dick. And as a verb, it is, I live to read. Well, that has been all. Thanks for watching.